Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekly update from CCMA. I'm Mike St. Pierre, your host, and I have a number of things to share with you this week. First of all, it's Friday. We're tired, we're kind of dragging, we're pulling ourselves together here. I'm trying to avoid notifications, and we need some encouragement. We need to hear some good news stories of what's going on in the world, because you know what? There is a lot of great things happening. There are a lot of great things happening, and I'm here to share them with you. So we'll put these in the show notes as we often do, but the first thing is this really just cool story of people saying, okay, it's the coronavirus, what can I do? What's something that I can do? And I found some neat stories from industry, some neat stories from the church world, and a few from campus ministry as well. So the first story is really inspiring. This is a guy named Sean Blanc, and he's kind of a productivity nerd. He teaches courses online, and so he said, maybe I could give away one of my courses. And so he offered it to people, and he gave it away to over 2,000 people, which was really a value of over $500,000. Isn't that cool? It's just something that he knew he could do that might cheer people up, realizing that people have a little extra time on their hands. And so I thought that was a wonderful example of generosity. Some of us use project managers, project management apps, whether you use Microsoft Teams or Outlook or Todoist, whatever. There's one that's pretty well known called Basecamp, and their founder posted this, and then they shared it online last week, where he just said, I want everybody to take Friday and Monday off. Get yourselves ready for the weeks ahead. Family comes first, work comes second. But a good example of leadership of somebody who just realized that everyone on his payroll was thinking about coronavirus. It was just nice that their boss was thinking about them thinking about it. Okay, world of the church, neat story, Magnificat, very well-known daily devotional. They're offering their app and all their content free for the not foreseen future. So that's kind of interesting. I think that's a nice way of being generous with what they have. And again, they're just saying, as an organization, as a company, what can they do to help people out? Other examples of generosity, many campuses use the services of Petrus Development. They've been hosting a COVID-19 fundraising virtual summit every day at 2 o'clock Eastern time. It's totally free, so make sure you check that out. I thought that was just inspiring, that they just want to gather people together, because a lot of us are starting to worry about funding as this year comes to a close, this academic year. It's not looking particularly good for a lot of organizations. So great resource there. They're giving that away. I think that's great. Okay, let's now pivot to some things that are a little bit more conceptual, some things that are a little bit more theological. And one article I want to bring to your attention from our Sunday Visitor is by Dr. Lenny DiLorenzo, University of Notre Dame, Why Community is Needed Now More Than Ever. He's also the chair of his parish's pastoral council, and he shares what they have been doing behind the scenes. I shared this with my own parish. You might share this with yours, but just a very inspiring way of looking at how you take a pretty large community and you divvy it up and essentially try to give pastoral care to a lot of people who are in need. Another article from Grotto, which I think is really a clever title, Learning from the Social Distance Experts. They interview a number of cloistered nuns who have been practicing social distancing for quite some time, and they share what they've learned through that. Really, just it's really beautiful. I mean, it's an inspiring look at kind of a theological perspective of social distancing. Something else that I was really touched by, I don't usually like Facebook for a variety of different reasons, but boy, during this time of quarantining, Facebook is really the place to be. And check out this post from Gordy DeMarais, the founder of St. Paul's Outreach, where they have missionaries all over the country, as do other organizations. And their mission team in Kansas City, they said, you know what, maybe we could do some praise and worship and live stream it on Facebook Live. They had over 3,800 people who participated in that live. Beautiful. Otherwise they could just be kind of like, oh, woe is me, what are we going to do? And they said, well, we can pray, we can play some songs and invite people to participate. So good job, Gordy, good job, St. Paul's Outreach. Very inspiring. And the last thing I want to share to you is from my hometown here in Bethlehem, PA. This is a post from one of our high school chaplains, Father Mark Searles. Catholics parked together for an outside rosary in Bethlehem, PA. So when I initially clicked on this, it took me to mcall.com, Morning Call, which is our local newspaper, and their paywall was still up. Not good. No thank you. So I had to go to another browser where I found the full article. And it's a parish in the area, and they wanted to have their parishioners participate in the Holy Father's worldwide call to pray the rosary yesterday. And so they said, just show up in your cars. And I think this is really kind of inspiring. Isn't that beautiful? And they all prayed it together from their cars. So you can do things during this time. Don't be discouraged. Just try something. We have some great resources we'll be pushing out later today on just this idea of just try it, see what happens. But be at peace. Let's keep praying for each other. I hope you have a good weekend. Stay safe. Wash those hands. And remember, social distancing doesn't have to equal spiritual distancing. So God needs our prayers. Well, God doesn't need our prayers, but God desires our prayers. And we have an opportunity to do some good. Who can you help today?